Hi, I'm Corey.
And this is Randy.
In this short video, we will provide an overview of LANDFIRE biophysical setting models in STSIM. We'll show you how to open the LANDFIRE model library and how to open and explore a LANDFIRE biophysical setting model.
Let's get started. To open STSIM, go to the Start menu and select it. This opens what we affectionately refer to as the blank screen of death. Dun, 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 dun.
But don't worry, it's not as bad as it looks. To look at the LANDFIRE models, you have to open the library they are in. From the File menu, select Open Library and navigate to where you save the LANDFIRE library. Once the database is open, click these plus signs to get to all models. Double-click and you now have access to every model we've created. The fun begins on the Pathways tab, so let's start there. The other tabs are used for running the model, but in this video we are just focusing on exploring the model.
If you help create a LANDFIRE model in VDDT, this screen will look very familiar and it functions in much the same way as VDDT. And if you didn't help us with VDDT, no, it's not a pesticide spray. It is the predecessor to STSIM, if you will. This is the box and arrow diagram. In a nutshell, it represents how this BPS functions naturally. The boxes represent states or S-classes, as LANDFIRE likes to call them. You may call them serial states. The green arrows represent growth or succession pathways. The blue arrows represent disturbance pathways. You can double-click a box to get more information on a class and its transitions. Alright, as you can see, this model does not describe the succession class. It does not describe the biophysical settings. But LANDFIRE does include a text description that maybe you helped us create. The model coupled with the description tells the whole story of how a biophysical setting looked and worked prior to major European settlement. For example, if I look at the description that goes with this oak woodland that Corey has open, I would learn that it occurs in the Puget Sound in Washington, and that the first S-class contains herbaceous vegetation with regenerating oaks.
Okay, let's look inside a box to see what's really going on. Double-click the box and you get this screen. This shows you all the quantitative information that defines a class. This upper section shows the deterministic or succession information. This particular state is called early 1 all. It lasts from 0 to 29 years and then succeeds to the mid 1 open state. Now in this lower section you see the probabilistic or disturbance transitions. There are 4 primary pieces of information that you need to understand each transition. First, there is the from class. That is the class where the transition occurs. Next is the to class. That is where the transition takes you. Then there's the transition type, which tells you the kind of transition. And last, there is the probability, which tells you how often a transition occurs. So this particular class has a mixed fire transition that takes you from early 1 all to early 1 all. In other words, it maintains the class, and its probability is 0.08.
Okay, hold on, Corey. STSIM does its thing by using annual probabilities. However, most people find it easiest to think in terms of a return interval rather than a probability. You can convert to a return interval by dividing the probability into 1. So in this case, we could say that mixed fire occurs about every 12.5 years in this early state, and when it does occur, it simply maintains the state.
Okay, now let's talk about how you find a specific model. I'll close this class and get back to the Pathways screen. Down here at the bottom is this little magnifying glass. Click on it and you get this window that pops up and lists every BPS in the library. You can scroll down, select a record, and then hit OK, and it opens up the model you selected. You can also use these left and right arrows to scroll through the records, but that's not very efficient with so many models in the library.
So I'm in the Great Lakes, Corey. By looking at the model search spreadsheet on the LANDFIRE BpS review.org website, I found that I want to model 5113110. Let's show these fine people how we get that model.
Okay, easy peasy. Click the trusty magnifying glass, scroll down to the record, and click OK. Voila!
That's all for this video. Good luck exploring the LANDFIRE models, and contact us if you ever need any help.